You're getting a behind the scenes of the Portugal Sketching Retreat, starting in Lisbon, heading to the mountains of Sintra, to Óbidos, to the Knights Templar, Tomar, and finishing here in Porto. What you're going to see and learn is different ways that you can approach sketching. It all depends on the mood, all depends on the place. That's the beauty of urban sketching. From a bold, negative painting, to watercolors first, to shadows first, then to finally really honing in on understanding perspective, all of these perspective lines and construction lines. There's a method to the madness, and that's what you'll gather from this inside scoop of the Portugal Sketching Retreat. What I love most about these experiences is they fully encompass my life's mission to create, to connect, and to serve. We get to slow down, get to sketch together, eat meals together, and have a full week dedicating to our craft, to our love of urban sketching. So you ready? Let's go see the lines. You're joining me with a group of 11 sketchers from all over the world who have met here to go and sketch in 5 different cities all over Portugal. Starting in Lisbon, the next 9 days, sketching in each location every day, having workshops, tours, activities, and all sorts of things. We're headed to Belém and some tuk-tuks. Here we go. Everybody, let's talk about how this is working in perspective, and also the profile of the sky meeting the building. Those are the 2 things that I'm focused on right here. What I'm attracted to is I could actually draw this as a void, and then the church will appear. So I'll throw in some guidelines here, and that is pretty much all I need to know before beginning a watercolor. The next layer of this would then be the shadows on the structure. So instead of looking at the detail, I'm looking at the shadow that is being casted by that detail. Okay, I have a quick study sketch here. Loose, expressive. I've got the composition. I'll just start off with my overall boundary here. I can let the blue come into here. Look, because it's a shadow. So I can let that shadow bleed into the building. So you can let the sky almost fall into the building. I want to encourage a loose start. You can always refine in stages. As loose start, and it'll give you more flexibility. So here now I can loosely apply my wash, right? This color of the building. Let this dry, and then I'm going to go in with line work and define certain primary edges and certain details. Then at the very end, I'll go back in and color. I think that's a video.
I can see the lines now. So I am a beginning painter, and what I've done the last week is struggle with a lot of support.
Oh.
From Alan, from you, Alan, and from everybody else.
Yeah.
So one of my 3 takeaways, I think, let me just see if there are 3. One is that I was very shy about showing anybody anything before I came. I've never painted a landscape before. I only paint little fruit and flowers. Somehow here it's just got, the group is so great and open that I kept saying to people, what about this? What do you think about this? And I learned from everybody. So that's my first takeaway. It's not really best practiced as a solitary sport, painting. At least at this stage. I think there are two more. One is about washes.
Washes.
Yeah, in painting, the washes and that free wash. I'm starting to get the hang of that.
Yeah.
And my third really big takeaway was, which I'm very grateful to you for, Alan, is starting to really understand perspective and two-point perspective. Like last night, I couldn't sleep, so I got up, I turned on the light, and I kept making perspective pictures to see, and I would get it wrong, and then I would do it again and figure out how it works. So that is going to change a lot for me. I can see the lines now. Actually, the problem is I can't not see the lines anymore.
Yeah, now you're just looking at all
lines
the
everywhere.
perspective everywhere.
Yeah, and a lot of people were scared too, because it was their first time of doing something like this.
Yeah.
So we had company, and then we got unscared very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Notice my brush strokes. So when you're learning to paint, it's not just colors you choose, it's the way you work the brush. A little bit of a other color inside of here. I can tap it with a little brown. And I would let that go. I wouldn't touch it anymore. Hey guys, this is the Pedros. We got Pedro Alves, Pedro Loredo. These guys are local legends. I wanted to honor the local legends here. No pressure.
There. I can hold it like this for a little bit longer. They have one thing in common, which is like all the heads are aligned, basically, right?
Welcome to Sintra, here in Quinta da Regaleda, one of the stops in our Portugal Sketching Retreat. You're going to experience a little taste of what it's like to go sketching here on these palace grounds, in the wonderful garden, exploring the architecture mixed with the nature. Found a sketcher here. Oh, you're going to town. You might have heard of this place with the spiral staircase, the old Templars, I think initiation well. So now I'm looking for our workshop location, and it'll be just down here looking up at the palace. It's a really special place. Hope you enjoy. We have all these different structures that are prime time for sketching, but I'm looking down here at this view. Probably sketching from down here. After a bit of walking and exploring, I found that this could be our view to sketch. Why? It's not just architecture. It would be a shame if we were to be here and only just sketch the building. We have such lush nature, such lush nature with these old moss walls covered on these stone walls. That's the story and the texture that I want to convey. Here we go, Edgar. First layer. What you got going on here, Luke? Workshop is underway with a quick pencil sketch straight into watercolor on the vegetation, and then mixing the architecture separately, treating architecture as line work and vegetation as loose organic watercolor. Lovely. Go in here and darken. Now I could define darker leaves, darker branches. And here is now the part where I would also do the architecture with the pen. That's just a slow process. I can enjoy it too. It's not everything is always fast and rushed. I think the first phase is that, to get it going, create that atmosphere, right? And here, I could find those subtle moments where I see like glimmers of light. There's all those little tricks that you can explore inside of nature, and that's really the fun of it, more than architecture, actually, I think. That's our day in Sintra. Quick hop in on their way to Óbidos. What a lovely place to do a workshop on palace grounds in a garden. And then we also have Luke here. Hey. So that's it. Now we're headed to the next spot to enjoy a retreat-like escape near Óbidos.
And I appreciate, actually, just to add, how well organized and how much variety we have of places that we went to, things that we did, tours, walking tours, a lot of walking. Yeah. I liked it. I really liked it. So
yeah, it was a good mix. Yeah.
I'm Claudia. I'm from the States, and I live outside of Philadelphia.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Claudia. Now that your washes are dry, you can continue your painting.
Yes, I can. Thank you, Ellen.
Welcome to Óbidos, one of the best preserved medieval towns in Portugal. This town was gifted to the Queen, actually, and known for its ginja, which is a cherry liqueur, and best drinking in a chocolate cup. Very cute little town, walking about. We're here with my Portugal sketching group. This is about day 4, day 5, halfway through the trip. And you're going to experience a little bit of walking throughout this beautiful town and then sketching. I'll show you a process of this shadows first, then watercolor layers, and then define it with some line work. Pretty simple. You'll see some of the artwork from the students, and that's it. Very simple day, lovely day. Hope you like it. Let's catch some views. Here's looking into the town from the entrance. There's one street down here, and just another street down here. So how about we go in and have a little ginginha together? Yeah, let's head in for a ginginha. This is Luke. This is my tour leader here. Okay. Cheers.
Yeah, perfect. All right, salute.
Salute. Cheers, boys. Óbidos has this quiet rhythm. The narrow streets, the bright light bouncing off white walls. There's warm tones and cold tones mixing up. I start this sketch with shadows first. It's my favorite method. By laying down the darker shapes right away, I can see the structure without getting caught in details. It's like sculpting light with watercolor. Now that the main values are set, I add a few washes of local color. You know, the yellow ochre and raw sienna. These are my go-to pigments I use to bring in that warm tone of the walls and the roofs. The palette stays really minimal, which lets the shadows carry most of the atmosphere. Once everything's dry, I come in with line work. Not tracing, just defining the edges where light meets form, and suggesting texture where it feels natural. Now I add a final layer of watercolor to deepen the shadows, tying everything together while keeping it loose. It's a simple process, but it captures the calm, timeless feeling of Óbidos. Welcome to a new session here in Tomar, Portugal. This is of the Knights Templar, famous for that. We explored up there the castle and the cathedral, learned about the history. Now we're making our way down to have a sketch here in the center. Come check it out. So approaching the center where we will be having a workshop, and you'll get to experience a little bit about what it's like to sketch in Tomar. So, arriving to our spot where we're going to sketch, scoping out the scene. Always scoping it out. We have a sun direction over here, looking at some nice shadows right here. What about on this side? Okay. We have to sit in the shade, that's important. I mean, we could do a simple sketch of the cathedral, right? Something like this. With some decent shadows, we got something interesting. Could be a class on the sky profile. Easily. I love how that happens. All along here, I would start at this profile and then paint the sky and then the cathedral after. Where the heck are we gonna sit? Has to be an area where we're in the shade for a good amount of time. This is always very fascinating to me. These moments here where we have this facade is actually in the shade, right? Because there's no direct sunlight, but it's reflecting sunlight from this facade, reflecting back into here. So that's really interesting. Those moments, I love those moments. Let's walk back and look at different angles. Okay, so we always have to remember to turn around when we're walking, because all of a sudden we turn around and we go, oh shit, It's actually beautiful on the view behind me. There's a couple of our sketchers. Hey there.
Oh, see the lines.
Yeah.
Hey, see the lines. How are ya? Good to see you in the street.
Could be this view. Could be. Okay, switching it up. It's too hot over there. Baking in that plaza. Going to head across this bridge to a scene that we did online for the Sketching Life workshops, and I'd love to sketch it in person. It was during a series of Portugal towns that was the only town that I wasn't able to visit in person. It's unlike me to sketch from a photo reference having not been there. But here we have the opportunity to sketch this view. So it seems like there's some opportunities over there in the shade. Let's go check it out. That's the idea. This is the view we did online. I'm trying to see if it's possible for us to sketch here while we might be in the sun. So if I see that, that means I'm gonna place my scene probably in the middle here. So I can both have even amounts of water, even amounts of sky. I have like a raw sienna to start. Add my first layer all the way down. So I did actually 2 passes of raw sienna underneath because I wanted it to show. I'll let that, I think I'll let that dry so that I can control it on the sides.
I just did an art retreat in Portugal with See the Lines. It was wonderful. Everyone, like having a common interest with everyone just bonded us immediately, and then we were able to just take it and run.
What was your experience of sketching before coming into this?
I had done some pencil and pen and no watercolor whatsoever.
It's fun to dive right in.
Yeah.
On that first day. What was it like to share a room with somebody you never met?
That was cool.
Yeah?
That was cool.
Ended up being,
Yeah.
yeah, it worked out.
It worked out really well. It's good stories, and we were able to help each other out. So.
Yeah, that's good.
You don't have to draw all the lines.
Yeah. Hey, you get the skills with the line work, and it's learning when to apply that skill. Yeah.
Yes, I'm knitter, welder. Yeah, do a little bit of sketching, a lot more art now. So.
Yeah. You think you got the travel sketching bug?
Yes, definitely.
Awesome. Yeah.
My name is Julia Rickabaugh. I'm from Michigan, and I'm an industrial engineer. I'm very happy, and I am considering doing another one next year.
Awesome. Okay, I'm doing some water here.
Quick demo, guys.
So starting here. Just gonna leave some gaps for the water, the sparkle. It's a quick session. We had about 2 hours of sketching time in, mixed with some demo portions. So good session overall. I'm glad that we stepped outside and got a whole panoramic view of Tomar and had a full experience of Tomar. So we went inside the castle and then enjoyed the center lunch. Came outside for a view. Heading out of Tomar on our way to Porto. with 2 days left of the Portugal Sketching Retreat. So we'll be sketching our last days in Porto. Hello, good morning. We've made it to Porto on the north of Portugal. Taking a walking tour now, heading into this old medieval part of Porto. Come look at what I'm seeing now. Look at these stunning views. Here's our group down here. So today we're planning on breaking up our workshop into 2 sessions. Morning session, after the tour, hour and a half, focusing on line work. Depth, line weights, perspective, really honing in on the line work. Taking a lunch break and finishing with watercolor. So join us as we sketch in Porto. These are the moments, these are the spots we're looking for when we're looking for to sketch. Right here, this contrast from shaded, cascading shadows into light.
Not built by Apple. There's a cable car.
Cable car, sorry.
Yeah, it's a bit tourist trappy if you ask me.
It's not like...
It goes up from
Hey guys, we've made it to Porto. This is our last stop on our tour in Portugal. We got a taste of what it's like to explore in Porto. And I've been here 3 or 4 times in Porto, and this is the first time I went in all those areas and learned about all the history, and so I'm glad we did that. Look, this is very Porto, and I think what we could do, and I chose to do this like a 2-part workshop, is I would love to slow it down a bit and let us really work on the line work and its layers, what it means to have a thicker line weight for a shaded side, lighter line weight. Just these details I would like to work on for about an hour and a half. So you can choose to chew off maybe a vignette on the top section. You can choose to do the whole building. But what we'll learn is perspective, right? How it's perspective, a 1-point perspective with a touch of 2-point on the other side of the building, and that's it. So we'll get started. We'll set up right here. I'll do this demo, 1 demo today to start. It'll be maybe a 10 to 15 minute demo. I say as we're setting up and I'm setting up, get started on your 7-minute sketch to get your thumbnail going, get warmed up, and then we'll finish the watercolor here. Sounds good, guys? Okay. Have your hand diagram like so. You're gonna hold it to the angle. I would choose the steepest angle of this building. That top one. Or you can choose one that is, you can find more of a consistent line. And you're gonna do that. You're gonna bring the pencil closer to your face, closer and closer, until the point of the pencil aligns with the eye line. Okay? So for us, that is like the bottom of those umbrellas down there, because it's downhill. So I'm gonna go down, bring it closer, and all of a sudden, the point for me is just left of those umbrellas. Yeah? So if that were on the page, it would be probably somewhere over here. And for a drawing like this, I would do, when I was starting out doing these sketches, a radial of perspective lines. From this point, I would go, so I didn't know exactly where they were, I would throw all of these lines down in pencil. So it always works in a radial from that point that you find relative to your eye line. And then it's all about finding where those things line up in the puzzle when you start creating your puzzle. We know where our eye line is. Yeah. Down there somewhere. Now, let's find an angle. Okay? Hold the angle. Now bring the pencil closer to your face. while the point gets at the same angle, and then stop it the moment it intersects with your eye line. Do you find where it lands? Okay, remember where that lands and then place it on your page. So I would say when you're starting out and you have something like this and the perspective doesn't land on your page, maybe start smaller so that you can still get the point on the page. And then over time, when you repeat it, then you can just know that it's there, and you can always just like phantom it and ghost line. Lining from the top. Here. Here. Then I'll start to bring the profile in. So this is what it looks like in real time. That was all without having to do that in pencil first, because all I gave was my guidelines. So that would be my primary, my bold line weight. This is my thicker line. So things start to reference from here down here. Okay, you're good on that. Here, I'm going to do again. Find my center line from corner to corner. Now, this is the center. I could have just, I guess, used the one up here as well. Yeah, I should have just used the center line up here. So make sure the windows fit here. Primary edge, small, medium, large, because they go smaller as they go farther away. That's all I would do, and it's kind of going through your sketch in passes. I want to continue just top side, inside edge, and I would continue that process, and then I would go again on like a third layer down and go, okay, what's the next layer of detail I can do on the next pass? What are you doing, Edgar? Edgar's cooking. He's already got way too much pencil. But he's really killing it on this whole composition. We got Luke, Sea Line's vintage t-shirt. Oh. She's got a very developed line work, pencil drawing. Hazel doing her thing on this super advanced technology sketching board. I think enough line work to then continue. And if you can see, there's some intention behind the line work here. It's this shape of suggestion over here. I have a point of contact on the ground, yeah? And then it like progresses ever so slightly up to here. So I gave, not everywhere, just crazy detail. I gave some suggestions around, and then I can get into watercolor, right? So what if you went and what I showed you on like day one was a very loose start to watercoloring, and so you have all this line work, and now I don't want you to then go and paint by numbers. Now I still want you to be able to be free. The saying that Maximiliano said, don't want to create a jail for your paintbrush. So with that, what can I do? And I love to just be wild with that first paint because it's fun. And
That's so cute.
just watch this.
Oh, you're in the splash zone.
Watch the splash zone. Yeah, why not? You know. Go straight out the gate. Great. I can add some orange in there. Orange. orange there. Yeah, that's that poop stage. Okay. What else? Then I see a touch of that blue in there. Ah, look at that wash. Oh, that's so nice. Delicious. Okay, I added a touch of pink in there. Okay, we gotta let this dry, so I'm just gonna talk. You can, up here. I mentioned earlier, why did I wait till day 5 or to do the like precise line work? Because look how well it just clicked today. Because I think if we started from day 1 that way, it might have just been too much and you wouldn't know how to relate it to everything that we just did. So that method to the madness of the splashing, this negative painting, this, as I said, I can see the lines. I don't have to draw them all. Because I practiced this type of line work for years. It was like maybe 2 years. Every drawing I would apply this radial of perspective lines. And so I think of these retreats, week-long, 8 days, as a holistic experience, not just like a one-off day workshop. So I want us to be able to tie everything together. So some people had ahas today, and I see everybody doing their drawings really, really well. So it's the balance between knowing where to that detail type of precision, and then where to let it go and have fun with it. So yeah, just know it's all like a part of the journey, you know, wherever you are in it. So here's progress on this scene, and I'm about to go around as this is drawing. I'm gonna check in on everybody and see if they're gonna go in with that bold splash zone start. The saying goes, don't want to create a jail for your paintbrush, from Massimiliano. Let's go, Hao Fang. Okay, Michaela's got a very developed line work drawing here.
I just did a art retreat here in Portugal, traveling from Lisbon all the way up to Porto. Well, I follow you for almost 2 years now on Instagram, and I found your work really inspiring. I always painted and I wanted to pick it up again, and finally found the confidence to sign up for the retreat. Being in Europe, it was the perfect opportunity for me to do that trip. I really liked Óbidos. I picked my own sort of view, and because I felt it, and I was like seeing the lines really well there. Loved the place, such a beautiful little town. And yeah, all in all, everything just really turned out as I wanted it. I liked it a lot, so I expected more Europeans to be on this trip here in Portugal. And then, but I got to know a lot of people all around the world. It was great to talk with them, to learn about their backgrounds, and obviously it's always a little bit of nerve-wracking until you see each other. Luckily we had that group chat before to get to know each other a little bit. And then it was just, yeah, it was great. I liked it. Yeah, we became friends really quickly.
That was great.
Yeah, I'm Michaela from Switzerland. I work as a modern workplace consultant, so I'm sitting a lot in the office. So that's why I look for something to do outside from work, a bit more creative.
I look forward to sketching with you online. You're part of our online sketching life group.
I am, and I'm actually really glad that I signed up, because I feel like that keeps accountability to keep going. That's what I really want now. I want to keep sketching and improve my skills. That was a great start to an amazing journey.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you for joining. See you on the next adventure.
See you then. Thank you.
Fantastic. It's beautiful. What an incredible week sketching across Portugal with this amazing group. We were in Lisbon, Sintra, Óbidos, Tomar, and finished here in Porto. You know, these types of trips, they remind me to slow down, to connect, to really get to know people. The purpose of life, for me, that is to create, to connect, and to serve. It's these moments of traveling that all kinds of people can have the opportunity to connect. And really in a place where in day-to-day life, you don't really get that opportunity to slow down, to sketch every day, and share meals every day. So if this is something that calls to you, check the link below in the description for the next sketching retreat. We have them in Portugal, Morocco, Spain, Japan coming up. I would really love the chance to meet you, connect with you, and show you all the fun ways and different ways that you can approach sketching and integrate it into your daily life. And of course, to continue to see the lines worldwide, you can subscribe to this channel so you too can see the lines. Happy sketching life. We'll see you in the next one.